So now we're recording. So can we start with everyone agreeing that we will make this video public with a thumbs up or a verbal yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Renasia, and thank you, everybody. Wow, this is it. So many thoughts and feelings and everything coming up. And I have to share with you guys because something has developed for me within the past couple of days that totally changes the whole context of this for me. So I want to share it with you guys right off the bat so you kind of have a sense of what I'm experiencing as well with you, is that you know, as I've been thinking about how to, you know, manage everything that we have to manage within the organization, that I realized that there really, I mean, we've kind of known this, but there really needs to be a dedicated staff person that is managing all of the teams and has the institutional knowledge from semester to semester and all of those different things that we talked about, right? And it just made me realize that, you know, right now you guys have seen me, you know, working on juggling, starting the leadership council and starting the membership while at the same time, you know, working to manage all of this. And, you know, right now, as you guys have seen, we're starting to have people sign up, which is amazing. We just had another leader join today who is somebody actually that's been influential in my personal development. So when we talk about these different personal development programs, she has one that she's trained thousands of people around the world, and she just joined our leadership council. So that's so amazing. So, you know, we really, as you know, need to develop this monthly support that's going to be not just in the thousands of dollars, but the tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month in order to start staffing up, in order to start building technology. You know, obviously the things that we're talking about are not, you know, little, they're big. And the thing is the finances are out there for this, because we've just barely started to talk to people and we're having leadership council members show up, and we're not even yet offering, you know, just anybody being able to give, you know, $25 a month or $10 a month or $5 a month or whatever they want to help support all of this. And we'll have thousands and, you know, eventually hundreds of thousands and millions of people like that. So it's just, we're just starting that process, which then allows us to do all of the things that we keep talking about and visualizing, right? And we talk about like having, you know, dozens of students and hundreds of students and thousands of students working on all of these things, which is definitely where this is going. But we obviously need to have like an organization with a staff, with a financial foundation that's able to manage all of that type of stuff, right? We're seeing the management challenges just at this level, right? So imagine having hundreds of people, hundreds of students, you know, to manage and all of that. So it just had me realize that, you know, this is actually the closing of an era for me as well. I'm never going to be working with students for a whole semester like this involved. Like, you know, we'll have somebody that'll be filling my role with the students, and I'll be the CEO and looking over everything. So somehow it wasn't even coming into my mind as a thought, you know, over all of these months. And then just 2 days ago, since the executive team meeting, just on Tuesday, it kind of struck me, and I was thinking, you know, we don't have any students lined up yet for the spring. And it's been kind of a weird thing in my mind. The recruitment team has been working and they've been preparing, but there's been, and I hadn't thought about it being like a conscious thing, but whatever I was doing to prevent the process from moving forward with postings happening or whatever, the end result is that here we are at this moment of time where it's actually embracing the perfection that actually I won't be managing any students in the coming weeks and, you know, even months, that I, you know, will now be focusing on finding the student engagement leader for the organization and have them come on board. You know, I'm thinking sometime in January is probably realistic. I think that's probably good. I think we can at least have somebody or some team of people that's helping to, take the lead on that is what I'm envisioning around the January timeframe, so that we're, having some students come on in the spring and really gearing up for, big in the summer. And I think that at this point, it's just to tell you the truth, it's just really, my mind has not wrapped around it still. It's so kind of sudden for me. But I want to share all of that because, I already had been experiencing like the sadness and the sense of loss of you guys, leaving, of our whole team, going our separate ways and going off into our lives. We've obviously shared a lot for so many weeks now together, and this is a portion of our lives that we'll remember that, we won't have the same type of experience again. So, I just want to start by saying that and acknowledging all of you and appreciating all of you so much that, we've shared this time together, that it was the perfect people showing up at the perfect time. You guys hear me at times talking about how, I trust the divine perfection of things. So, to be looking at you, Johnny and Katie and Mariana and Alexis and Renasia and Sabah and Tatiana and, everybody else who's on the team now and, who's watching this from before or who's watching this from the future. It's all the right, perfect people showing up in the right, perfect place, at the right, perfect time. So I want to start with that. And I want to also kind of share the way that I see this flowing tonight. I want to share with you the new pages that I've been creating that I know you guys are eager to see for the teams and for you guys. And then, as I shared in the combined team meeting the other night, I haven't had a chance to really put everyone's details of all the highlights and everything in yet, but I've got everyone's initial pages up at this point so everybody can see themselves with the page and we can fill in the details. And but what I want to do in conjunction with that is have each of you give us a walkthrough of your master list, because I wanted to do a lot of appreciating tonight, as we talked about, really make this about acknowledging each other and thanking each other for the work that we've done together. And I think that, the best way we're going to be able to do that is like actually to see everybody's master list, because as I'm looking at everyone's master list, I'm going, wow, look at all these different things, that this person worked on that, just aren't in your head. And so I think this way for everybody to get to show their master list to us, and therefore to the world, since it's on the video, that we get to really, fully document our whole experience in video, as well as the highlights that are going to make onto on our web pages and that sort of thing. So does that sound like a good plan to you guys? Because good, I'm glad to hear that, because I think in that way, as each people is sharing what's in their master list, we can thank them right then in that moment for the work that they did on that document with us, or that document for us, or whatever. And that can be really specific, and we can all be acknowledged for all of the work that we did this semester. Sound good? So good. I'm glad you guys like that idea, because I'm excited to just have this this integration experience with you guys. As I'm saying that, anything that any of you would like to share to start this as we're kind of kicking off? Let's start with a round of applause and a party for all of us, a celebration, of what we've all been through, what we've all accomplished, what we've all put into all of this. It truly is epic. Thank you for all the party symbols, everybody. It truly is an epic experience, and yeah, it lives on in these videos, which is awesome. So let me show you guys first of all the pages that I've created, so you can see what we've got and where we're at with everything. So we have the basics of all of the team pages, as I think almost everybody had seen. Let me arrange this so I can see all you guys. Okay, so you guys have seen, most of you have seen the outreach team. And for all the teams, it looks like this team description and the playlist, and then the fall showcase. And then what I realized we're gonna do over here, and I didn't get to do it for all the teams yet, is this is where we can put the team roster in here. And I did that for a couple of teams. And then the links to the team members from there as well, so you can find everybody. And then the highlights, thank you, Mariana, for creating these highlights. And that's our outreach page. So let's give a hand to the outreach team and the outreach page. Yay. Awesome. So now the production team page. And again, similar format. And I think, again, most of you guys have seen it. We'll add the roster. I'm thinking, Tatiana, you're the only one that hasn't seen this, right? Because we looked at these pages in the combined team meeting the other night. So now that you're getting to see them as well. So here we have our video editing, the showcase, the video editing as one of the highlights, the infographics. We've got some infographics from Katie and Alexis, or I'm sorry, Renasia there. So let's hear it for the production team. Thank you, production team. Awesome. Yes. Yes. And then the research team. So, and I'm thinking also, I wanted to also acknowledge Alexis while I'm on the production team. So Alexis is part of the video editing, of course, the video processing. We have Alexis's intro concept here as well with the other intro concepts. So want to make sure everybody gets their recognition for each of the teams. So production team, let's acknowledge all the production team members. So the leader, Maria, and Renasia, and Alexis, and Katie. Thank you guys so much for all of your work on the production team, and we'll look at your individual work. So that's so great. Hey, Renasia, great to see you. Awesome. So actually, and also while I'm thinking of it, Sabah, can we get your agreement to share the video publicly as well? Okay, maybe Sabah's away for a moment, so we'll come back. Okay, so, and then the outreach team, the leader, Mariana, and Sabah and Maria, right? Am I getting all the members? So thank you, Mariana and Sabah and Maria, for your work with the outreach team. Awesome. And the research team. And so again, same format. Here I started to put the roster with the links, so you guys can see an example of that. And then the different highlights, the analysis minorities, analysis polarization, analysis COVID vaccines for children, FDA presentation, a lot of great things from the research team. So research team, Katie and Renasia and Alexis and Johnny and Sabah. Thank you guys. I know we've had others along the way too. Thank you for all the others along the way for all of these teams. You guys have done a great job with it. And the business team. And so for the business team so far, and I apologize, Tatiana, for not building it out more, but we have the playlist and the team description. Thank you for putting that together, and the showcase. Thank you for putting the showcase together as well. And we'll add some highlights to this page. So thank you, business team. Now Tatiana, and previously with Isatu and James and the others that helped along the way. Thank you, Tatiana. Awesome. And last but not least, the recruitment team. And so also the recruitment team, Cassidy has given me highlights and I haven't gotten a chance to put them all in yet. So we have, again, the playlist, the team description, and the showcase along with the recruitment team members. So thank you, Cassidy and Tatiana and Isatu and Reve and all the others that have helped along the way. Mariana, thank you guys all for the recruitment team efforts. So really, really great. Any well, like I said, we're going to go now into each one of your master lists. That's where I want to let you guys spend the time tonight to share all that you've done. And also where you've created a video blurb already, I want us to play that video blurb as well so we can all see everyone's blurbs as well. So, and thank you all for all of you that have done that already. It's been really great to see all of that. So before we dive into that, any of the team leaders like to say anything? Katie, Mariana, Tatiana, anything that you guys would like to share about the teams, or anything that anyone would like to share about the teams?
I can go. Well, I just like to thank everybody on the team, Renasia, Sabah, Johnny, Alexis, and for Mariana being a co-leader for the combined team. Thank you all so much for your amazing hard work. You've done some great stuff, and you've been so patient and respectful of each other, and you've really worked so well together. I think we made a really great team. So thank you all so much for making my life so much easier.
That is so well said, Katie. Thank you for saying all of that. It's amazing. I agree. It's been a very special experience.
Yeah, I'll go next. Like Katie said, I want to thank all the team, each one of you, Alexis, Johnny, Renasia, Sabah, Katie, for helping me a lot. I believe we did a great job together, everyone, and I'm very glad and thankful for being a part of this team and working with you guys, and the pleasure to meet you all. And thank you, Jared, for giving us this opportunity. It was a great semester.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Mariana. I really appreciate that. I really feel that. I really feel that from you guys, and I experience the same thing. It's so awesome.
I can go. I can just say thanks for, giving the opportunity to work with every single one of you guys. I know I didn't work with everyone personally, but it was a great opportunity to just meet everyone and see everyone's different perspectives and put in great work so we could accomplish a wonderful goal. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that, Tatiana. That's so great. And I want to, reassure you guys as well that especially the way that you guys have really created the showcase documents and the master lists and everything. You guys have packaged up everything so well. You guys, and actually, you guys didn't actually put that as a highlight. That needs to be one of the highlights of some of the teams, is that we created this whole packaging of the whole project, because you have done that. It is like the project in a box right now that anybody can open up anywhere, right? And that's really the idea of all of this, right? That we create all these protocols and all these documents and all these anythings that anybody can follow the instructions and build teams and build results and all that sort of thing. So you guys have done an extraordinary job to really lay the foundation for all that's coming forward. For sure, and I felt this, to begin with, a little bit of feeling bad in a sense, especially for the recruitment team that's been working so long and hard on all of these different job postings and all these different things that aren't actually getting posted at this point. But I want you guys, Tatiana and Cassidy and everybody else, to really understand that we need all of these things to do all what we're going to do going forward. So even though we're not going to have students for at least a couple weeks, if not a few weeks, you guys know I could use a little break at this point. I need a vacation myself. So I'm going to get a little break, and then not from the whole work of the project. Unfortunately, I still have we've got our next leadership council meeting next Thursday, and a lot is happening between now and then. So I'm not taking off anywhere, but I would like to take a week vacation actually between Christmas and New Year's. I'm hoping for that. I've been talking with a friend about maybe like driving up to the mountains in North Carolina and maybe like camping up there or something for a few days. So that's on the table at the moment. We're talking about that. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Katie. Yeah, I know it's been a long time since I've even seen mountains at this point, and I've spent a lot of time in the mountains. I need that mountain energy again. So yeah, so we'll see, we'll see. But anyways, the things are going to really start heating up again, and there's going to be places, I've shared this with you guys, but as this starts to really evolve, there's going to be places for you guys to show up and like be stars, you know, already, you know. So like I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but you guys are going to be able to plug into this, you know, when the technology is built out, especially be able to plug in and really use it in ways that you know, can really support you guys, whatever you're doing in your professional world or academic world, for those of you that are continuing, what have you. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like, you know, as we go forward. Thank you again, Katie, for that message. Yeah. Those of you that don't know, I think all of you heard me at some point, but I went to school in the University of Colorado in Boulder, and I got attracted to go there because my grandparents had a cabin up in the mountains around 10,000 feet elevation, about 45 minutes outside of Boulder in the mountains. And I used to visit them for a couple of weeks every summer and just fell in love with that. So I had the mountain energy there. And then I also camped in the mountains in Seattle when I lived in Seattle and all of that. And also even when I lived in Las Vegas, I went up into the mountains at times. So yeah, so anyway, so Renee, you're actually in Asheville. That's great. I might actually be in Asheville. I might actually go there. It's freezing there. Okay, thanks for letting me know. We'll have to see if the camping is going to be the what we do or not. But anyways, let's go ahead and now show you guys your, well, the leaders spoke. I wanted to give a chance for Johnny and Alexis and Renesia and Sabah to say something now before we dive into all the things, if any of you would like to say anything as well.
I'll go. I would like to thank you because you're selfless. I realized that you are waking up at 4 a.m. to make videos. That means you're doing something good for the world. Thank you for letting us be independent, but stepped in and provided guidance whenever we hit a roadblock. And thank you for promoting self-independence and giving us the opportunity to develop our own problem solving and critical thinking skills.
Thank you for saying all of those things, Sabah. That's really awesome. I really appreciate that acknowledgement. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's a lot of great acknowledgements in there. I really appreciate that and honor that. That's great. I was going to say, and I don't know, Alexis, if you can come back or want to come back. I saw all of us here all on video all at once, and we're going to get our team picture. So, all right, maybe this is our chance. I don't know when else everyone's going to be on the video. So this is our chance to basically just smile for a few seconds so we can take a screenshot. So once I say 3, just keep smiling for like 10 seconds and we'll find a good screenshot in there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Yay. We have a team picture. Awesome. Yay. So, okay, great. Who else would like to share? Thank you, Sabah, for sharing that.
I'll go. I wanted to say thank you, Jared, and everyone for all their help all the time. Like there's times I'm behind and everyone's always helping me, showing me, telling me what I'm missing and what I need to do to because they want to make sure I'm with everybody. And I also want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to work and volunteer at this amazing project. I'm really hoping to see what happens for the future, and I'm willing to come back later on down the line if anytime you need help. And
thank you, Johnny. That's so nice. Thank you for saying that.
I think that'll be all.
That's awesome. What an amazing expression. I really appreciate that and honor that. Thank you so much for sharing that and sharing your interest and enthusiasm for where we're going with this. And it's the world is starting to see us, which is awesome. Renesia, Alexis, either you'd like to say anything now?
I can go. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. This has been a really This has been a really big learning experience. I'm also grateful for everybody understanding. Sometimes I have interruptions and being like everybody's been like very understanding, like with my schedule and everything. So it's been a great experience. And I've learned a lot. It's a lot. I was saying like in my interview that the biggest thing that I learned, I never knew like we can do like FDA presentations. I always thought like it was like you had to be like an employee or something other than a normal citizen. So that was a really big thing for me to learn. And hopefully one day I get the courage enough to do one myself. So it was, yeah, but I'm not really good with words. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for the opportunity.
We appreciate that. Thank you for sharing all of that, Alexis. That's really great. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the sentiments.
I'll go. I just want to thank everybody. I can say something great about all of you guys. Tatiana's always smiling. Katie's always smiling. Mariana, everybody's always smiling. That's one thing that I can say about everybody. The team leaders that we had were awesome. The leaders that we had in general were awesome. It's just, I think it's just really important that we all clicked well. Like there was never too much going on, in team settings. Sometimes there's always some drama or something like that, but it wasn't anything like that with our group. So I do really appreciate everybody for being like, themselves and not afraid to speak up when something was wrong, or we could always go to our leaders and ask questions. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that, Renasia. Those are really nice sentiments and really nice things to say about all of this. That's awesome. Great. And we'll have more time at the end too, I'm sure, to share more, because I'm going to want to share more also about how much I appreciate you guys, how amazing you guys are. That's great, Sabat. Thank you for that message to Alexis. So let me share your pages now so you guys can start to see what your presence is going to look like on the site. Who's excited to see that? All right, so I don't even know what order this is in. Let's see, number 1, Katie, great. So Katie, this is, and it's good because this is the one that I was creating as the template. And you're right, Sabai, it was actually 2:30 in the morning that I was up working on the template. It's from 2:30 to 5 a.m. that I created the template with Katie's page. And then once I got Katie's done, then I was like, okay, now I'm going to replicate this for everyone else. So I slept another like hour and a half or 2 hours at that point, and then got up and kept going. So this is what it looks like with the picture over here. We might change this some, and I realized I left out the email address. So you guys tell me where you think the email address should go, like right under the name, or what do you guys think, or maybe separate? But we've got, consistently the name, and then the major, and then the school, and then, whatever teams they led, whatever teams they were a member of, and then the bio over here on the right. And then as we scroll down, Katie's is the only one right now that has highlights, because again, I did hers as the model, but then by the time I had to go to sleep, I was like, I'm going to have to get through these quicker. So everybody has a profile page, and I'll show you those. So here's, Katie's highlight, polarization analysis, FDA presentation proposal, FDA presentation script with all of the videos, which is great. And so actually we'll take a look at these, since these are your video blurbs, Katie. And then also down here is where we have Katie's interview, and we have that for everybody now as well as this is where all the other things, so the ones that aren't highlights, will all get their own links. So everything on your master list will be linked on your page somewhere, even if it's not in the highlights, so that you can always get back to it through the public site, basically, or send somebody to it through the public site. So it'll all be there. So any questions or any comments about the layout and all of that? What do you guys think? You guys like it? Think it's a good representation? Let me look at the chats to see if we got maybe a block with contact info, said Renasia. Yeah, so I think I think that's probably best because I think these things probably deserve their own thing. So another block down here at the bottom looks great. Thank you, Alexis, and a thumbs up from Katie. Katie, is that thumbs up to the block with contact info? So, okay. So yeah, I think that'd be good to have the email address. You guys think down here at the bottom, the email address at unitingforaction.com, like we talked about. That way, again, and it's up to you guys. I mean, you don't have to ever check it again if you don't want to, but this is a way that if, you know, somebody for whatever reason wants to be in touch with you, they can email you, but, you know, like we talked about, they don't have your personal email address or your phone number, whatever. But those of you that want to put up your LinkedIn link, or Maria sent me her Instagram, so that's there. So, you know, anything that you guys want to share, this is the place for it, you know. So you can send it to me and we can just add it, whatever it is. So any questions, any comments about what we're looking at here as the model? No. So Katie, you want to, let me put it in the chat. Katie, let me let you kind of walk us through your video blurbs and whatever else you want to say as you share those.
Okay. Okay, it's pulling up now. See. Okay, there we are. I don't know why it says Renasia is here, but
Oh, that's on yours, it says Renasia?
yeah.
Oh, that's so
weird.
funny. That's so, can you stop for a second? Because I want to change that while you're, actually, I'll change it while we're in the middle of the video. Go ahead and let's start the video and I'll work on that while we're doing the video. That's funny.
Okay. Oops. Alrighty. Okay, so the first video blurb is about the polarization analysis that Hannah and I did. So, hear that?
No.
I didn't do the little checky check. There we go. Okay. Nope, no, don't do that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Katie McQueen, and I am here to take you through the polarization analysis that Hannah Carroll and I did this semester. A little bit of background on why this came to be. I had initially been interested in looking at why or how the rural population has been getting vaccinated, you know, what are some barriers they may have and reasons behind not getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated. And I found in my beginning research through our tagging articles that oftentimes there was a political reason behind their decision to get vaccinated. And then that kind of got me interested on how political divides impacts vaccination rates. And Hannah was also interested, so we decided to do this analysis on polarization. Right, so first in this analysis, we did our research. We found a combination of news articles and scientific papers. We kind of wanted to get many different perspectives on this issue, not just scientific and, you know, not just news articles. So we went through, we found news articles, scientific papers looking into how political messaging has impacted vaccination rates, how polarization itself has impacted vaccination rates, both in COVID-19 and in the past. Yeah. So in our research, we found our articles and we did these little notes to remind us of what we were reading and, you know, to give the other a good idea of what we're going to be looking at when we read them. Okay. And then we used this research and wrote our analysis. So in our analysis, we have our introduction, the evidence we found for political polarization in the COVID-19 environment, political messaging and vaccination rates, and potential solutions, and our conclusion. So in our analysis, we did find that political messaging has impacted COVID-19 vaccination rates, positive or negative, depending on which side of the spectrum you're looking on. Obviously, on the more, well, not obviously, but on the conservative side, there has been a decrease in vaccination because of the messages that Republican Party leaders put out early in the pandemic and through general distrust of experts. And then on the liberal side, we saw an increase in vaccination rates and preventive behaviors, again, because of early political messaging and an increased trust in experts. And then we also found evidence of the opposite in the past, where during the Bush administration, which obviously was a Republican Party, Democrats were less likely to trust the smallpox vaccine and adhere to government mandated school vaccination policies. So obviously this issue is not just conservatives or liberals wanting or not wanting to get vaccinated. There's something bigger at play, and it does have to do with the political polarization in US politics.
That's so
We
great.
also talked about potential solutions. Essentially, it just came down to public health issues should not be politicized in the first place. And if that does happen, if something like the COVID-19 pandemic is politicized, there needs to be early, accurate, and coherent public health messages across party lines. They need to be the same. And they need to be early and accurate so that the public can trust it. So yeah, after we did our analysis, there are references, we found some experts that we could look at contacting and to have a little panel for our interview questions. Yes, thank you for this little walk through our polarization analysis. It was an absolute pleasure to get to work with Hannah, and I hope you enjoy reading it.
Okay.
That is so great, Katie. Great job. Way to really deliver it and explain it all.
Thank you. Sorry for laughing so much. My guinea pigs were making noise in the background.
That's funny. Whoever has to worry about their guinea pigs making noise in the background. That's so great.
They know when to do it. Okay, so this next one, so I went over the process of the proposal. I didn't really get much into the presentation because for the presentation, I just used our actual presentation, but it just went into the background of what went into the proposal. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Katie McQueen, and I am here to take you through our FDA proposal. So in this proposal, we had the amazing opportunity to propose and then were accepted to speak in front of the FDA when they had their open public hearing, when they were looking to approve the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Obviously, with this came the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for boosters, which was our main concern. For my part, I kind of took charge of this and wrote a lot of this proposal that you will see. All right, so taking you through this first section, mixed messages from the US government, is something that Jared wrote. And I focused on the second part, which is this is a global pandemic. So in this, we brought up some concerns that we had been reading about and that the world had been reading about the World Health Organization and the WHO's moratorium on booster vaccines because of their concerns over the decreasing supply for worldwide use. Obviously, if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was approved for booster shots for the entire population, many would get the booster shots. or they would be allocated for that and just never used and left to be expired, which obviously would lead to a decreased supply for the rest of the world. Obviously, in lower income countries, they cannot afford to buy these vaccines. And even today, still, they don't have great vaccine rates in lower income countries. So in our section, we essentially talked about that, talked about our concerns about the decreased worldwide supply, and also how if this did happen and the world still was not able to have access to these vaccines, then more variants would come up because variants come from unvaccinated populations spreading the disease and it mutating. We also pointed out right here that at this time, even within the US, recent numbers reveal the rate of people getting vaccine boosters higher than those getting their first shot or fully vaccinated per day, which obviously is a concern because, you know, this push to get boosters out is not helping the unvaccinated get vaccinated, it's helping those who are already vaccinated get more vaccinated, which at that time we did not know whether or not this would have a significant increase in people staying healthy. Right. So yeah, so we also talked about the need for consistent and trustworthy message, because again, at the time, the CDC and WHO were saying completely different things and people did not know who to trust. So as you will see in our presentation, I did have the chance to discuss this in front of the FDA. So this is a proposal and our proposal accepted. And I would like to thank the team for their support on this and with the script and everything else that came along with this amazing FDA opportunity. Thank you.
That's so great. Really great, Katie. Great job of presenting it all and sharing it all and making all the points really succinctly there. That is great. And it's so pertinent too. You mind stop sharing for just a moment, just so I can say this, because I don't know how many of you guys, I want to see a thumbs up or something to know how many of you guys have been keeping up with what's happened since then with the FDA, because basically, you know, after we presented, the FDA did decide that they were going to limit the boosters to the older population and the medically vulnerable and not to the whole population, right? And so the FDA and the CDC had not approved it for the whole population based on the panels that we spoke in front of, right? They basically said, we approve it for this, and then the FDA said, okay, and that's what we got approved for. And that's the way it stood for many weeks, right? Until some of the states started to say, well, we want to vaccinate our people, and some of the states started going rogue, and then the whole country basically got to this point where they're like, you know, because the president and the White House had already been out in front of boosters before the meetings even happened. Remember that whole controversy? And then the end result, if you guys didn't see it, because it's almost like mind-boggling, is that the FDA said, okay, we're going to go ahead and approve the boosters for everybody, and we're not going to convene the advisory council in advance of making that decision. They basically sidelined the advisory after the advisory council had already decided not to approve it. They basically said, okay, we're not going advisory council method anymore. Now we're just going to approve it for everybody. So it's really kind of crazy when you think about it. It's like the advisory council is there as long as they're willing to, you know, say whatever the FDA wants. And then if the FDA wants something else, they just say, okay, no advisory council on this one. We're just going to approve it for everybody. So it's kind of a bit crazy the way that went through. If you think about it, if you think about like what the purpose of all of that is. So I think it's really pertinent that Katie brought up those points with them and really shared all of that. And I think it, you know, really contributed to the national conversation and really shows, you know, what's happening with it all now. So And also, you guys probably heard now, they're getting, I think they're close. I don't think it's official yet. They're close to announcing that you're not fully vaccinated unless you've had a booster. So now it's like you have to get the booster in order to be considered fully vaccinated. So that's a whole nother level of, you know, all of that. So anyways, it's just interesting how the whole saga has continued since we presented and since Katie shared what she showed. I just had to throw that in. Thank you. Please continue, Katie.
Oh, my last thing is just the FDA presentation. Do you want me to share that?
Yeah, you can share it. We don't have to play the whole presentation, but you can just share the whatever you want to quickly say about it or show about it.
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, I just talked about echoed the concerns that I brought up during the proposal. Yeah, and then I linked the presentation from the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's great. And this is, just so you guys know, this is the video that I edited to where it's the voiceover from the FDA presentation, but I added the slides in post-production so people could actually see the slides since they weren't seeing them live. So great. Awesome, Katie, for sharing all of that and for doing all of that. Really, really great. And yeah. And I think now, you know, please take us into your master list and just have us see all of what you went through just so we can acknowledge it all. Thank you guys for all the claps. And then we'll go on and we'll continue this so that everybody gets a chance to do it and show their master list and show again whatever videos you guys have created. I know at least some of you have created some video blurbs already, which is great.
So first in my master list are the protocols I created, the protocol, and then the protocol for the showcase.
Which is so great. You know, the protocols are going to be a whole thing. You know, it's going to be a significant aspect of how we deal with things, that society starts to have all of these protocols. So Katie is on the cutting edge of that, creating some of the very first protocols, as some of you have done it as well, but you guys are creating the first protocols of a whole new system for our society. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah. Okay. And then next I have the articles and the tags that we had for when we were looking at the booster articles before the FDA, and then the research topics we were going to do. Then here's where the polarization analysis would be. And there's my written blurb, and then I didn't get to tag my video yet, but it's there. Okay, and then our research interests when we were doing those, like the minority and the polarization ones. Okay. Okay, and then also we did some recruitment research that's also pending because there is information on there, personal information. Okay, and this document is when we were considering basically how we should choose what sources of information we should take from and how we would rank that and stuff. And that was like the early stages. And then some organizations that we were looking at to see if they had similar missions or if we could possibly work with them in the future. So that's that one. And then for the production team, I have those 2 infographics that I did, and then the intro animation that I did, and then the feedback from the breakthrough video. Okay, and then recruitment team, I have the job description that I did for the research team. And then the outreach team, I have that feedback for that video that you did, and then all the FDA stuff. And that is my master list.
Awesome. Great job, Katie. A lot of great work there. Thank you for all the diversity of the work there as well. great portfolio. Awesome to see all of that. Cool, cool. Okay, so let's see who is next in the lineup here. Oh, and by the way, Katie, I did fix it. You are not Renasia any longer. So let's just confirm that. There we go. Is that all right? Yep, okay, great. Okay, cool. Now here's Renasia. So Renasia, thank you for putting your bio together today and sending that over. So this again is where for the rest of them, it's basic, but I've got your headshot, I've got your info. If any of this needs to be corrected, let me know like Katie just did. And then where you are on the team, which teams, the bio, and then down below, everybody's got their interview as well there. So all the interviews are posted now as well and on YouTube and then linked down here. So, and then Renasia's already selected some of her highlights and her blurbs. And so Renasia will let you go ahead and share them now as you share your master list, if you're able to, and walk through everything. Are you able to do that?
Yeah, hold on just a second. Let me pull it up.
Okay, awesome.
I didn't want to share it and then you guys see this homemade YouTube video of conditioner and all that other crap I did. So hold on a second. Okay. So I'm just sharing my public master list, right?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Exactly. And then the blurbs that you have there, I know you did the written blurbs. Did you do the video blurbs yet for the highlights?
Yeah, I did those yesterday.
Awesome. So yeah, so we'll take a look at them as well, where they are in there.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
We can come back if that's easier. You want us to?
Oh, no, I'm on it now. I just
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So here's you want me to just go over the things that I put my stars beside, right?
No, you can.
Everything.
Yeah, you can walk us through everything. You won't click on everything, but you can just talk about it. Yeah, like hover, talk about it. You know, what each thing is, what you did, whatever you want to share.
Okay, great. So this first one here is, okay, so I have it like listed. So this is a research team. This is the analysis that myself, Sabah, and Alexis did. It was probably one of my favorite analysis that we did because we did a lot of stuff on this particular analysis.
Okay. Are you able to put your camera on, by the way, Renasia, so we can see you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Awesome. And anybody that can, you know, lets us see everybody.
I don't know how to get back, guys. Don't judge me. How do I get back to? Okay, so hold on.
Your camera.
So just click on Zoom, right? No.
You can probably do if you're sharing, you can stop sharing and then you'll be able to see your bar that'll have the
there it goes.
Logo. Found it?
Yeah, I found it. Sorry. So this is like my favorite analysis that we did. And then this is me and Alexis analysis. And here's the actual video description that I did yesterday. So
great.
I'm gonna play it.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Renasia Powell, and I'm a current grad student at Florida International University, pursuing my Master of Public Health. I first want to talk about an analysis that myself and another team member did. During our Team with United for Actions, myself and Alexis Lawrence talked about the possibility and the importance of COVID vaccinations for children worldwide. Alexis and myself worked as a team to touch on all of the details of vaccine hesitancy, clinical trials, parent concerns, and the efficacy regarding children vaccinations. Alexis and I also discussed controversy, culture, uncertainty, and history of vaccines in this analysis.
And Alexis actually helped me edit this video because I took forever trying to like edit and stuff like that. So she helped me edit it and put together the script and stuff for it like we did. It's actually the same script as the one on the blurb, but we just added a little bit more.
That's great.
And then-
Great job. Thank you guys for putting that together. It's great
and
that you guys did that.
This was the including experts. I don't know if you guys remember that. I had came up with some questions for that. And these are all of our videos, our processing for your videos that you put on YouTube. So
Yeah.
this one was from 1031, 1029, and then these are the video clips from 1031.
Yeah. Awesome.
And this is the transcript from the FDA Advisory Committee, which was really, I really didn't do, I didn't go into too much detail with that one. It was just like a basic description of the transcript and making sure everything was worded correctly within the paragraph. This is actually an analysis that I did the week before last, and I had finished it the next week after that. It's on the mixed diagnosis of clinical depression in children. So I'm gonna play that.
Yeah, why don't you show the video, but you want to actually show us the document too, since we haven't seen it
Yeah.
before? Awesome. Why don't you do the video first to set us up with the video, and then we'll go into the document. That'll be awesome.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
that one.
That's so great. I'm looking forward. I really appreciate what you did with this one.
Thank you.
Yep.
The very next analysis that I want to talk about is my analysis that focuses on clinical depression in adolescent minority children. Depression is a very common disparity that often remains undiagnosed and untreated. However, it is more prominent among minority children, and they are less likely to seek treatment like their white counterparts.
Yeah, it's so important.
Yeah, I also, when I was in undergrad, we focused a lot on that. So I decided to, I guess, pick something out of the hat. Like, okay, this is something that I'm actually passionate about.
That's so great.
And this one.
So you
oh,
want to walk us through the actual document? Yeah, I think everyone would love to see what you created.
So this is just the abstract here. Introduction. I kind of did it like a regular paper that you would do in school, just from the beginning, the abstract and all that other stuff. Literature review. Evidence and study designs. Timeline, significance, and then my references.
So yeah, a lot of work there and a lot of, great putting together. I'm glad that you got to do that, in the project and create that as an output for yourself and for the world. So great job, Renasia. Awesome.
And this one is the other one I did. This one was on African American youth and diabetes. I didn't do a thing beside that one. Now, do you guys want to see this one too, or
Sure.
I can cover? Okay, let me exit this one out. How do I do that?
Yeah, basically anything that you guys have that hasn't been shown in a meeting before now, like now is the time to show it. So there's a video record of what you created. So anything that you've done that hasn't been seen before, definitely show us today.
Okay. So I have this one. I really focused on this one because I don't know if all of you guys know, but I am from North Carolina, and I was born in like one of the unhealthiest counties in North Carolina. And so, yeah, Columbus County, North Carolina is southeastern North Carolina. And this one kind of touched bases on like African-American youth and COVID and things like that. African-American youth with diabetes and how they could be susceptible to COVID-19 from that. Because they don't talk about children as much when they're talking about, everybody that has diabetes is susceptible, but they were talking about adults most of the time. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this on youth and COVID. And that was pretty much it for that one. And then this is the other one I did, the analysis. I think I've showed this one. Yeah. And then this is just the infographic that I did for the production team. The rating system that me and Johnny worked on. And this was another infographic on when the Pfizer vaccine was approved. And this one was my favorite because I have a video on it, but this one was my favorite because I didn't know what emergency use authorization was for a minute. So I was like, why are they trying to give us vaccines and they haven't been approved? But I didn't know that the FDA had it. So I'm gonna play the video.
Next up, I want to discuss an infographic that I created that focuses on emergency use authorizations related to COVID-19 vaccinations that are not approved by the FDA, which means that in simple terms, whenever the pandemic began, we didn't have vaccines accessible to us, to the public, to our world. We didn't have it at all. So whenever the time came and vaccinations were accessible to us, both of our vaccines, the Pfizer, the Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, they were not approved. The only one that has been approved thus far is the Pfizer. Therefore, whenever we were asking, like, how are we able to receive these vaccinations if they haven't been approved by the FDA? That's when the emergency use authorizations come into play. The emergency use authorizations authority allows FDA to help strengthen the nation's public health protections against chemicals, biological, radiological, and nuclear threats, including infectious diseases, by facilitating the availability of medical countermeasures needed during public health emergencies. So since COVID-19 was a huge public health emergency, that's how we were able to receive the vaccination without it being approved by the FDA.
Very good. Good explanation. Yeah, very, very
A
clear.
couple of times to record these videos, okay?
Good
Took a couple
job.
of times for me to record these videos. But that's pretty much it for my
Great
master
job.
list. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing anything. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Very good. Cool. Thank you for sharing that, Renasia. Great job, Renasia. Okay, great. So next is going to be Alexis. So again, same format, and then Alexis's interview down here. So Alexis, are you ready to walk us through your master list?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
Give me one. No, okay, can you guys see? No, it doesn't say it yet. There we go. One second. Okay. So here is the master list. Okay, here we go. So I have at the top research team, and the different analysis that I did with the research team. So I got not got, but I have like a written blurb here, like a description overview of everything. This one is the minorities analysis that I did with Sabah and Renasia. This also was one of our, well, not one of our, but one of my first analysis. So I learned a lot with this, because during this time I was still contemplating myself if I wanted to even get the vaccine. So doing research with this actually informed me about a lot myself.
That's great.
And yeah, it was pretty interesting, finding out a lot of stuff. And then also me and Renasia did this analysis on the COVID vaccine with children. This one was very, very important for me also because I have a child, I have a 1-year-old. So even though they're not saying for his age group yet, I know eventually they're gonna start asking for his age group to receive the vaccine. So it's just very interesting to receive the information like from experts. I didn't know it was like this many like clinical trials that were being done, and it just goes to show like it's so many things that happen that we're not even aware of as far as clinical trials, because this may sound crazy, but I didn't really know like there were that many like people signing their kids up to do clinical trials on vaccines. So it was interesting to read like a lot of, like I said, just even for my personal gain, and like even some of my friends that are parents also, I sent it to them just for information, like because the one about Pfizer, this link and also the COVID vaccine study, both are from Pfizer, but they take you through like the full process, like how they meet the criteria for the children, how they consent them, how they go about things with their parents, how long it takes, like how they give them placebo drugs, and they take you literally from step one all the way until the very end, which I thought was very important because like I said, just as a parent myself, I never knew that you can even look up this information or find this information for you to know like the full process of the clinical trial on these things. So this was a very, very near dear analysis for me.
It's great. It's really great.
Yes. And okay, here I did this analysis over the week, like late last week over the weekend. This is what I've been working on. Because I did a topic in one of my classes last semester, but I never finished through with it. But like I said, doing the FTA presentation, it did make me like feel more confident. Maybe one day I can go and speak about these things in front of everybody. But racial disparities and breastfeeding was a huge topic like on social media like mid last year. And I thought it was just like even with my own personal experiences with breastfeeding, I just thought maybe it was just like a me thing. I wasn't sure it was like everybody, so it was just like interesting to find out like that it is a lot of racial disparities that happen in breastfeeding, and it's been happening for decades now. So I just put it in the format as like kind of like a journal in a way, instead of making it like the standard analysis. But I actually think I may not even, I think I may add some more stuff to it, just because I keep finding stuff and I'm like adding stuff like last minute.
That's great.
But just to keep adding to it. But basically I just talk about like the statistics on the racial disparities. I talk about the history behind it. I talk about doctors' inputs. I made like a little infographic.
That's awesome.
Just like as a couple of tips on how you can support breastfeeding mothers, because a lot of people aren't aware. Things you say can either like give a mom like confidence or really defer her away from breastfeeding, honestly. And a lot of people don't realize that. So it's just like simple things that you can do to support. So I just thought maybe like a quick pamphlet, like if we wanted to use it on the social media site, or because they have breastfeeding awareness month also. So if we want to use it like that month or so, then you guys are free to use it. And I just talked about just the history, like I said, the history, the effects, different input. I did speak about like a way that the Department of Health in Florida can get involved, and also the Department of Agriculture, how they can get involved also, maybe with supporting more moms and giving out more free initiatives instead of like nitpicking. Like I know like with WIC, it's not as easy as people think it is to receive WIC. So I just think that personally, that all moms should be able to qualify, because even if like you do have a stable job and everything, you're out of work for months when you're on maternity leave. So just having that crutch is always a good thing. So I spoke about that. I spoke about a lactation company, like a nonprofit breastfeeding lactation group that the Department of Health can like support to get like breastfeeding moms. Like a lot of people don't know, like they have a lot of lactation treats that you can take, because some moms think they can't produce milk, so that's just it. Like you just have to go to formula, but there's a lot of lactation treats that you can take. I mean, not take, but that you can consume. It is pricey, so that's why I was saying maybe that can be something that WIC can probably support in the future to make that more accessible for moms. So I put that in there.
That's great.
Yeah, and just talk about like research studies that they've done. And of course I have like my references at the bottom as well, like different articles that I looked at that gave me a lot of input. So that was also a really good analysis for me. I forgot to tell you guys I even did that one. I was gonna bring it up on Tuesday, but we were talking about other stuff.
That's so
and then I
great,
wasn't
Alexis.
finished,
So great that you did that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. The other one too, the vaccines for children. Look at you go.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how much I actually like doing analysis until this. I was like, I don't even know I like doing this type of stuff.
That's great.
So, yeah, and I just have like, you know, the FDA presentation responsibilities, the transcripts that we did from the different videos that you posted. I did a start and stops times for these videos here, but then everybody ended up just diving in and doing it together.
Right.
And then I put the United for Action collaborative experts list that we did.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really good. Also, if we could possibly put it on our website, not possibly put it on our website, because I got a lot of information off of there as well. Because like I said, I looked up stuff, but then looking at everybody else's, I didn't take time like during the project to like actually look at everybody else's information that they posted. So going through that was really helpful for a lot of my own personal things.
That's the one challenge, like we talked about, is you guys can have access to it since you collected it, but we can't unfortunately like publish that whole list for the world, because it could create, you know, problems for all the people on the list if everything is all public. When you get what I'm saying. So we'll have to keep that list private, but but you guys can have access to it through the Google Drive like you do.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be also good because I don't know about everybody else, but I'm pretty sure we have a lot of papers to do on research topics. So this would be amazing to use as a reference.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here I have things from the production team that I participated in. This would be the United for Action infographic that I proposed to the team. I put the breastfeeding infographic on here also with a quick blurb about it.
Great.
And I also put the different team meeting minutes that I did during my time here. I did my interview processing because I did a processing of my interview that I did with Maria. And I also put these links here because when we were about to do the global warming, I mean climate change, the climate change research, I did find some pretty interesting topics. So I put that on here also that I was able to find just in case you guys end up picking back up with it next semester. You guys can have that information there.
Great.
So that is all I have here.
That's it. That was a lot of great stuff, Alexis. A lot there. So awesome to see all of that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Everybody's got a whole bunch of stuff. It's really great to see what you guys have put together. I'm glad we're getting to share it all with each other. Is it, you guys happy with this process? You guys enjoying that this is how we're wrapping up to see what everybody did? Yeah, good. I'm glad that we're doing this. Awesome. Yay. Okay. So let's see who's next. And I'm seeing that we might be getting tight on time. So I apologize for that. You know, we won't run over longer than we have to. Is there anybody that's going to have a hard cutoff at 7:30?
I'm sorry, Jared. I see on my page, it says I was the outreach team leader.
Oh, let me go
I
back.
just noticed that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I was research team
Right.
member and a production team member, not
Yeah.
recruitment either.
Yeah, that's copied over from somebody else. So thank you for pointing that out. I will fix
No
that.
problem.
Let me make a note. Okay, Johnny and Tatiana, you guys have your hands up. What would you like to say?
I was just gonna say I have kind of I have like a hard deadline at 7:30, so it'll be a little harder for me to stay.
Okay, thank you for letting me know, Tatiana. Johnny,
Likewise, I have to help my mom with the Home Depot stuff. I have to go pick up some stuff.
got it. Okay, so let me have you two go next. So let's see, the only ones left anyways are the two of you and Sabah, right? So we'll have the two of you go and then Sabah. First of all, I guess we'll have Tatiana go. I don't have the page. I actually don't have the page yet for either of you guys. I know, Johnny, you sent it pretty close to 6. I saw that you sent the information. So thank you for sending it. I didn't get a chance to put it up yet, but I'm glad I have it. And Tatiana, I know that you're working on sending yours as well. So you guys can just go right into your master lists and share from there. So Tatiana, you want to go first?
Yeah, I actually sent my bio kind of through WhatsApp, so I guess I should email it to you instead. But
When did you send it through WhatsApp? Because I looked and I didn't see it.
I sent it like 5:30 around there.
Oh, okay. You sent it. Okay. Yes, I haven't looked since then. Okay, great.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you for sending it. It's great.
Mhm.
So that's fine. I can do it through WhatsApp as well.
So I'll share my master list right now.
Yep.
So I guess a lot of it is just kind of practices that we've done. So I know for one of them, we kind of talked about, project management software, Salesforce and HubSpot. This is basically when we would compare, which one we want to implement within the team and trying to see, how well it fits within Uniting for Action. And then I kind of go over how we went through the process. We did independent research, and then we would have to, communicate our findings to each other, and then, come up with a conclusion after like debating about it for a little bit.
That's great.
And then, yeah. And then when doing this, we would have to also, be respectful because, everyone had different opinions, but be nice about it. And I guess the next thing I had was, I did work on some policies and protocols. One of it, I think the main one so far would be the business team kind of guide. So this was something I created that would show kind of a framework of which the business team would have to, future business team members would follow. Talks about how
I think you can show that. You've shown it in the executive team, but the rest of the team hasn't seen it. So why don't you show it to the whole team now? Because it's a really great document. I think everyone will appreciate seeing that you created this.
So as you can see here, it kind of shows a whole bunch of things that the business team has to follow, kind of commitments that you have. So you kind of talked about onboarding, what you should do, how to do it, and kind of a checklist that's also there. Talks about how to track your hours. We're still thinking of using a calendar system, which will go further later. And then I also linked videos that we have that demonstrate how to do certain things, as like how to duplicate the team hours spreadsheet, just so the future members who may not know how to do any of this, they understand and have a good basis on where to go from now on or from there on.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
there's, managing accountability, more practicum stuff, as we all need, as many of us are actually doing practicum. There is paperwork that you need and how to collect everything. And all these other stuff like DocuSign, handling confidential information, especially because this is the business team. You have to make sure that, everyone's comfortable and that you do handle information like passwords, emails, and we don't want any of that to be shared out. So we have to, go through everything to make sure it's all safe. And after that, I just have more information on what we can do for like the work plan and conducting information, which is basically, I guess it's a how-to guide for the business team in a way. So this is
Yeah.
a compiled list.
Yeah, it's really great. Thank you so much for doing that, Tatiana. It was such an important part of what we have now to work with. So it's so awesome that you did that.
And that was kind of I think the biggest business protocols, but a lot of it was just me coming up with like outlines for different agreements that we'd send out in the future related to like DocuSign and things that should be signed. And obviously meeting minutes, and there's more information about, United for Actions and other comparisons of time tracking. And then I kind of went on to the recruitment team, and all of it was, I think the main thing from the recruitment team would just be the job descriptions. That took a big part of everything, where we'd all have to, come up with all of the job descriptions to be posted. I know it's not being posted as of right now, but they did provide a good guide on what was necessary for the future. And everything else would just be like career services. I think I might actually add more to this because I think there might be some few things I'm missing out on. So I'm going to do a double check on everything. But right now, this is like a most of it.
Thank you for that, Tatiana. That's so great. Yeah, thank you for putting all that together, all that great work for the business team and the recruitment team that I know was invisible to a lot of the people on the team because they weren't seeing it presented. So thank you for sharing all that so everybody can see all you've been working on. Really, really great. Awesome. Okay, cool. And Johnny, please share as well what you've got to share on your master list.
Okay, 1 second.
All
How do I
right,
turn
there we
this
are.
on? Let's see. Okay, perfect. For my master list, I'm pretty sure I'm missing 2 documents, but it's still fine. This is the video clip. I want to probably edit out and like add and make a video about.
Great.
Currently, this is for what was I think we. Oh, I'm pretty sure this this quote I pulled out was from when we were talking about the vaccine and how we should handle with trying to get professionals and see how we could work with their input and mix it in with our agenda. The couple documents that I was able to work on was the rating system. The rating system, as everybody remembers, well, most people remember, was a system we were trying to develop so we can rate articles, and we were trying with the star rating system first, and then we had a more developed one, but it was we sadly wasn't able to continue it, so that was set to the side. The next thing is the research team minutes for November, October. And another thing I worked on was assessments, which was for the one of the panels where we were discussing about contacting experts and having them fill out a questionnaire to see how to answer some questions that we were planning to put on the website. But this got sidetracked as well, so we didn't get to use this. And
So you have an idea, Johnny, just because we didn't use it yet doesn't mean
Right.
it's going to be used. So that's
Right.
the idea, is that we've for a lot of the things that we did, and want everybody to really understand this. Even when we were creating like, you know, scripts for our phone calls and our emails and all of that, even if we didn't send those out, even if we didn't send out the questionnaire, it's still valuable because it creates the whole model of how you do all of this, right? For the next ones to come along. Like, because you did the questionnaire and because we had all of these pieces, like we were ready for the next FDA meeting, like the next week, right? And all that we are ready for that week, we're ready for next week. You know, we're ready for the following week. Like everything is ready to go already. So that's the important part of this. So I just want to make sure you know, understand that and feel that along with everybody else. Don't feel like bad that it got sidetracked and it didn't get, you know, dealt with. Like, no, it's sitting there waiting for us or somebody, you know, to pick up and run with it. So it's super
Right.
valuable, you know, in this.
It's like a great example for if you guys ever use it later on, it's a good example for you guys to start with.
Exactly.
Also with the article system as well, I feel like maybe you guys might use it eventually.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. That's why we have it all here, because we have it. So,
Right. And then I helped with the presentation a little bit with the images that were used later on for the presentation.
Yeah.
These were the minutes these were, what was this? Oh, okay. This was for Thoughts of Jared when we were trying to see which section to cut out and put into to highlight for the website.
Yep.
This is a copy of Children Vaccine Analyst. This was a oh god, sorry, my mom's calling me. This was a what is this? Oh, this is when I was helping putting input for Katie's one of Katie's research papers. And let's see, what else? Thoughts of Jared, copy of video processing, and these are the quotes. Some important highlights I thought from a video from the level 14th, 4th video. And last thing is another Thoughts of Jared message, and that's it for me.
Awesome, Johnny. Thank you for all of your work as well, Johnny, all of your efforts.
Thank you.
Yeah, so great to see all of that. I'm gonna have Sabago, but since Johnny and Tatiana are running out of time, let's just take a couple minutes to acknowledge them and say whatever we'd like. I'd like to say, first of all, to Tatiana, and you can stop sharing now, Johnny, as I share this.
I can't find the button.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Whenever you find it.
There you go.
So yeah, I just want to say to you know, to Tatiana that I really, really appreciate you stepping up and stepping into all your power. I just see that we're right at 7:30. So if you guys have to go, I understand. But I just want to say I really appreciate the way that you've embraced the opportunities, all the things you've done and all the ways you've grown. Thank you so much, Tatiana, for doing all of that. And anything that you want to say before you sign off.
I'll say thank you guys. It's really nice to be able to work with everyone and, you know, do great things with Uniting for Action. So thank you guys.
Yeah, it's been so great. Thank you so much, Tatiana. We'll miss you. See you. And Johnny as well. You know, Johnny, you have, you know, been there for minutes. You've been like our you know, you've been there to do the work when the work's needed to get done. So I really appreciate the way you've shown up and done the work behind the scenes. Thank you so much for what you've done, and anything that you would like to share before you sign off as well.
Oops. Hello. Okay, I want to say thank you to everybody, especially for the great teamwork and cooperation that you guys helped me. I love the community here. And I really hope that everybody succeed in their future and careers later on down the line. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so great. Thank you for saying all that. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We'll miss you too. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Yeah, so we'll wrap up pretty soon. We'll give Sabah a chance to share, and then we'll say a few more you know, acknowledgements, and then we will wrap up. So thank you guys for sticking around. And Sabah, please share with us. We're excited to see all that you've done this semester as well.
Just a second, I'm sharing. So here is my list. I've been on research and outreach team. So the first list is of the booster research that we did with the previous batch. Yeah, this batch. Yeah, where I think I researched more than 30 articles. I don't know the exact number.
A lot, I remember.
Yeah, a lot. Just a second.
Nice, the missed message analysis.
Mhm. Yeah. Next, the analysis, minority analysis. I did not make a video blurb for this because I saw the Renesia. She did it well. So I was like, I will not do it.
Yeah, we can put Renee's blurb on your page if you want.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Here is the children vaccination analysis. Should I play the video or should I just go through?
Yeah, this is the blurb that you made.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We want to see your blurb.
Just a second. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sabah Tehseen. I'm Masters of Public Health student graduating from Colorado School of Public Health.
We're not
Access
seeing it,
Medical
Sabah.
Campus, in maternal and child health. As a part of research team, I did analysis of.
Can you hear it?
We hear it, but we're seeing your the master list. We're not seeing the video.
Oh, I don't know what should I do with this. Yeah.
We were hearing it though, but we were still seeing the master list.
Can you
You
see?
probably, oh, there you go.
Hi, my name is Sabah Tehseen. I'm Masters of Public Health student graduating from Colorado School of Public Health, Anschutz Medical Campus, majoring in maternal and child health. As a part of research team, I did analysis of Pfizer vaccine for children aged 5 to 11 years, where I discussed safety and efficacy of the vaccine and COVID-19 associated syndrome. I would like to share my screen with you all. Pfizer company basically discovered that small dose of its vaccine is safe for children aged 5 through 11 years. In this paper, I supported giving vaccine to kids because a lot of school-going children are in that age group. With the Delta variant being spreading rapidly and with all the different variants that keep coming, this will continue to be a lot of concern. The vaccine manufacturers perform clinical trials and declared that vaccine is safe and will create robust immune response in the kids aged 5 through 11 years. We are fortunate that not many children in the United States have been requiring intensive care. Children here seems to be having more asymptomatic infections when compared to adults, but there are some pockets of children who are at higher risk of having more severe diseases like infants, teenagers, or children with other underlying medical conditions or those who are immunocompromised. They are at risk of syndrome, which is related to COVID-19 infection. Children who recover from COVID-19 are at risk of multi-system inflammatory syndrome. It happened in kids who recover from the COVID-19 infection and 1 to 2 months later to develop a high inflammation in the all parts of the body, like muscle, organ, or joints, etc. Having this syndrome in children will put half of them in intensive care units. About 2% of multi-system inflammatory syndrome cases are fatal globally, but CDC and World Health Organization confirmed the link between COVID-19 and multi-system inflammatory syndrome and gave a collaborative statement about multi-system inflammatory syndrome as global warning. Research done by World Health Organization shows that multi-system inflammatory syndrome appeared in children, even though presence of COVID-19 antibodies tested negative for the disease. Globally, 1 in 1,000 children who have COVID-19 infection develop multi-system inflammatory syndrome. As of mid-2021, approximately 4,400 cases of multi-system inflammatory syndrome have been found in the United States. From the research, we know that The number of COVID-19 cases, as number of COVID-19 increases, cases increases in adults, they tend to increase children. COVID-19 cases tend to mirror the cases from the surrounding community. According to American Academy of Pediatrics, the total of COVID-19 cases in the United States, of the total of COVID-19 cases in the United States, 13% of the cases were contributed by children. When we look at statistics of the COVID-19 and influenza, COVID-19 has caused more hospitalization and deaths in children compared to influenza in a typical year. So this was my small contribution for the vaccine consideration of project. Thank you.
That's really great, Sabah. So much detail and flowing so well with it. You really were on top of your game with all of the details there. So I really appreciate that. Great job.
Yeah, my list is all jumbled. Here are your thoughts that we made transcript. And here, yeah, four or five documents are the thoughts from Jared. And here is my mixed message analysis. I send you the video. Did you see that?
I didn't get to watch it, no, so let's definitely watch it now.
I'm more fast in the videos. I don't know why.
More fat, is what he said.
Just a second.
Sabah Tehseen, I'm Masters of Public.
I can't find it now. It's been a problem, but yeah, I'd send you, but I'll send you in WhatsApp too.
Okay, do you want me to play it?
To be a lot of.
Katie, you have to head out. Let's say goodbye to
I can't hear you.
you.
I can hear my video in the background, but I don't know from where in my laptop it's playing.
Okay, we'll say goodbye to Katie since Katie has to head out, and then we'll see if we can get that together. So
Adults, but there are some pockets of children.
maybe you can turn your microphone off while you're sorting it out. Thank you. Yeah, you want to go on mute while you're figuring that out. So actually, Sabah, we're going to say goodbye to Katie first. So can you stop sharing for a moment? Yeah, and then we'll say goodbye and then we'll come back to what you're sharing. So thank you so much. But I just, Katie, I have to acknowledge you and thank you for all the ways that you've stepped up in the project over and over and over again. And I know, they've all been growing steps for you. And I know you've had a great experience of learning and expanding, and definitely expanding your experience of leadership and presenting and all the different things that you've got to enjoy in here. It's just been really great to observe it and have the opportunity for you and just see you embrace it and see you run with it. And you've done such a great job with all of that. So thank you for everything that you've brought to the project. It's really been so awesome. Definitely, we greatly appreciate all that you've brought and all of your leadership.
Thank you for providing us support in the last 5 months. And thank you for being the great team leader.
Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for being amazing team members. I'm gonna miss it, but it's been a great experience.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. Good luck with everything. We'll see you. We'll see you around. Thanks, Katie.
My list is very short. I'll just share it in 5 minutes. So there were many things which I did not get to add here, like in the summer semester with the different research team members. I got done a lot of stuff, but I wasn't able to put it here. So yeah, here is my mixed message analysis. That video I was looking for, but it's not, I don't know where I saved it.
I can share it if you want me to share it. You want me to share it?
Again, yeah.
Did you sent it via email, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to stop sharing your screen and I'll pull it up here. Let me find it. Okay. So. So you say, here, let me share. Sabah. Oh, did we lose Alexis?
Hi, my name is Sabah Tehsin. I'm Masters of Public Health student graduating from Colorado School of Public Health and its medical campus.
So I've pulled up the email. Here's your email. It says here is the mixed message analysis video, but there's not an attachment to it. I got this other video is your children's vaccine analysis video, right? This one?
As a company.
Yeah, this is the children's vaccine. So it looks like you sent the email, but you didn't send the attachment, or it didn't go through. You're on mute, Sabah.
I'm trying to send it now, but it's saying that my file.
It's too big, maybe.
Yeah, but I'll send you tonight.
Yeah, it could be too big to email, so you might need to do it via WhatsApp or post it in the. You can post on the Google Drive as well. You can upload it to the Google Drive folder and then send me a link.
I'll do that.
Perfect. Okay, you want to share the rest of your master list?
Yeah, can you stop sharing?
Oh, I'm still sharing. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so here is the booster research topics that you gave us. And here are the FDA presentation responsibilities that we did.
Yeah, that was a great document.
Yeah, for the outreach team, when me, Ariana, and Mackenzie were there, we made the new non-public health job description.
Yep.
Yeah, where I added few comments here.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of including it here. There's a public health job description too.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, we added some paragraphs in there. Here, I think this was in August. We made expert recruitment video script.
Mm-hmm.
The outreach team did.
Yeah.
This was vaccine consideration project job description for public. Yeah. Yeah, we added. I think I added for outreach and research team here, but yeah, Mackenzie made some changes here too. Yeah, this is FDA presentation script that I added my mixed messages. Few paragraphs in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the video seeking support feedback.
Great.
Yeah, this was the comment I made on your screen.
Wonderful.
Yeah. My list is pretty much this much. This is it. Yeah.
That's
so,
great.
I,
That's great.
Yeah, I did few other stuff on research team, but I'm not able to like add the Excel documents that we edited in the pull out experts.
Right. Yeah, I know you're limited in that. We'll have to figure out a way that we can present that, maybe by maybe making an image and then blurring out the contact information or something like that to show people what you and the others did. But thank you for all of that, Sabah. Really great stuff. Really appreciate all the ways that you contributed, all the research and analysis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great, great. Yeah, amazing work. Absolutely, Alexis. You know, I think at this point there's I have a few things I want to say to kind of wrap everything up, but I think I'll let each of you say anything that you'd like to say to wrap it up, and then I'll do the final wrap up at the end. So Alexis, Renasia, Sabah, what would you guys like to say to kind of like, you know, complete the experience for you and say whatever there is for you to say about it?
Yeah. Thank you to everyone. That's it. Just thank everybody for being kind and everybody being great team players. That was really appreciated.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that, Renasia. It's great to acknowledge that.
Yeah. Thank you, Renasia and Alexis for providing support and yeah, motivating us, like doing your work early. I'm like, yeah, Renasia is doing this. I should do this now. Yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you for encouragement.
That's great. It's great to see how you guys inspire each other.
I also like to just say thank you for everything, mainly the support as well. Thank you for teaching me a lot of stuff. Like I said, I never knew I liked doing analysis until this project. And being more confident to like speak out about things that I'm actually interested in doing. Thank you for accepting my craziness and my backgrounds at times with my toddler. I appreciate it.
You froze on us, Alexis, if you can hear that.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you back now. Yeah, you froze for a minute there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi keeps going in and out, but I feel like it's okay now. I'm not sure, but I can hear you guys perfectly fine.
We can hear you now. You just want to mute. You want to complete what you were saying?
Yeah, I was just saying thank you. Thank you for everything. I was saying my Wi-Fi is going in and out, but I can hear you guys perfectly fine.
Okay, great, great. Well, thank you again, Alexis, for all of that. Thank you guys for saying all of that. Thank you for sticking around to be able to just have this closing, thought and closing moment that it's been, such a privilege and a pleasure, like I said, to work with all of you. And I'm speaking to everybody that's been on this project of seeing you guys bring the best of what you have to offer into a new experience and kind of find your way and find your groove and learn what you're good at and learn how to work with everybody else. And it's just been such a great experience to get to know each of you and have each of you contribute, and for me to do my best to create a container, for you guys to shine, a stage for you guys to perform on and to shine. And it's really been gratifying for me to see how you've done that, how you've shown up and you've created these videos and you've been in the conversations and you've created the analyses and you've done all the things to really shine, to show the world what you're capable of. So just to close, I want to thank all of you, honor all of you for taking the opportunity, embracing the opportunity, and us to work together to create all the awesomeness that we have. It's created such a foundation for this whole organization. And now you guys are going to get to sit back and enjoy watching where it all leads to from here. So thank you all so much. You all are amazing. I'm going to miss all of you, and I appreciate all of you so much. And we'll stay in touch. We'll keep being in touch because this is too good to lose. So thank you guys. You're awesome.
Bye. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye. See you guys later.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.